This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
Give me some. It's recording. Hello. I look gorge. I really look gorge. I didn't put on any lashes today, and it's still cute. Information on the contacts will be listed down below. What's up, all my tops, bottoms, and girls of the world? Kenneth here, and I am back for another video or whatever. I'm back for another video, and this particular video is everyone's favorite here on my channel. It is story time. I have not delivered a story time in a very long time, and I had changed the title to Tea Time, but I said, let's just scratch that bitch. We are ready back to story time. Okay, I mean, Tea Time was cute, and I don't know, but story time. A story time is a story time. This is a story time, bitch. What's good? Okay. So I'm back for another video. In this particular video, like I just got done saying, is a story time. And in honor of Mother's Day, I said that I'm gonna just sit down and tell a story about how I was damn mama, girl. I was a whole mother, okay? Now the dude I'm about to talk about in this particular story, I have like two other story times about him here on my channel, excuse me. It's my trap queen story. This dude was a drug dealer and he had also had a girlfriend. That's a very popular story time here on my channel. It's got like 800k views. Yes, 800k views. I'm still like, that's a lot of views. That's a lot of views. I hope I get that like frequently one day in the future. Anyways, now this particular story was very hard not to tell during me telling those stories because all the clues were very obvious. Like, I wanted to save this story for particular because there was the incident where I had actually met his kids, which I'm about to talk about. So I wanted to, by the way, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers and stuff like this, because I'm recording this on Mother's Day and probably gonna post it on Mother's Day too. But I wanted to save this story because I had actually had an encounter with the kids. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all like how I figured out that this dude had kids and all that good stuff. It's a good story, girl. If this is your first time watching me, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys, because you will not be disappointed. And after you hit that subscribe button, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Get this video to 10,000 likes, because y'all can do it. I get more than 10,000 views, so I don't understand why I don't get 10,000 likes. Get this video to 10,000 likes, and once this one gets to 10,000 likes, I'll give y'all another story time. I'll give y'all the most requested story time, which was I got beat by a door. I didn't want to tell that story today, but that's the one that had actually won on Twitter. Make sure you go to Twitter if I'm posting polls and stuff, so you can have some input. But yeah, make sure your notifications on, all that. Let's jump into the story. So he had kids. Yeah. To give y'all a little quick refreshment on this dude or whatever, me and him had met on Instagram. I had just moved to this new city, and when I got to the city, I didn't know nobody, but I realized that I might have knew somebody because he had like the area code to the city I had moved to in his bio. So I was like, girl, let me follow him back, because he was following me, and he was following me like when I wasn't really popping on the social medias and stuff like that. Like when I had like 5,000 subscribers, not 5,000 followers on Instagram. I didn't even have a YouTube channel like that then when we talked. I don't think. Maybe I did. I'm not sure. Whatever. But yeah, that was going on. So I follow him. He's still in my DMs, and we met up with each other basically. If y'all want to hear that full story in detail, it's in the first story time about him. His girlfriend called me. From the very first time I had got to his place, I had noticed like toy cars. But when I had first noticed the toy cars, in my head, it was like, girl, maybe he just collect cars, because there are actually grown-ass men that collect cars. I like to see the best in people when I first meet them. I don't like to think that people are full of bullshit. I don't like to feel like people are lying to me. I always see the best in people before I see the worst in people. And when I see the worst in them, it's just chop, chop, clip, clip. It's just like you on my bad side. But I always see the best in people. So I seen the best in him, and I'm thinking he was a good, wholesome man or something like that, bitch. I really thought he was. But turned out he was a drug dealer and he had a girlfriend, but he had a whole family. He was a family man, okay? I had seen the toy cars like on the floor, and then like they were stacked on a shelf very neatly. So I assumed that he had collected toy cars. No ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. He was not a collector of the toy cars. He was a collector of children. That's what he was collecting, bitch, okay? I had told him you had nice cars or whatever. He was basically like, oh, those not mine. And I was like, what you mean those not your cars? This is one of the first conversations we had had. And then at that very moment when he had said, like, no, those not my cards, I was like, who calls this a bitch? Maybe you be watching your niece and your nephew sometime. Bitch, I don't know what's going on in this motherfucking apartment building that you live in or whatever, this good old condo complex you in. But something don't sound right. Something don't sound right. So the conversation that we had after I asked him like who the cause for or whatever, he was basically like, remember when I was asking you questions? One of the first questions he had ever asked me was, do you like kids? And I was like, yeah, I like kids. Yeah, I like kids, but I don't want kids. Okay, I don't want kids until I'm like 31 something years old. I want to wait till I'm out of my 20s, because the 20s, I know they some struggle ass years, just like you gotta find yourself, things like that. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that when you are in your 20s, you don't even know who you are completely. And in my opinion, you're not gonna know who you is until you're about a good 27, 28, until you are well into your career. Children just go slow you down. Children are a blessing, they are beautiful, but wait as long as possible to have them. That's just my opinion. You ain't gotta agree with my opinion. That's just how I look at things or whatever. Look how my sister is raising my niece, etc., and how my sister waited, and how they just be better off. Okay, you don't want to bring a child in the world when you don't know yourself and stuff like that. When you don't know yourself and when you are not stable yet, you know what I'm saying? You don't want your child to struggle. But hey, people do whatever they want to do. Anyways, on to what I was talking about. When he had asked me the question, do I like kids? I told him, yeah, I like kids, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I like them. I don't want kids, but I like it. I love children. I love the kids. Kenna love the kids. Kenna only love the kids for like 5 hours though. After 5 hours, bitch, you and your little badass child gotta go. Okay, my niece, she gotta go after 5 hours. Okay, I can't. I'll be ready to strangle your child. Will be hanging in the coat closet on some hangers, bitch. Don't fuck with me. I don't like children like that, but I like children. You get what I'm saying? That being one of the first questions he had asked me, I'm thinking that's just like an icebreaker question. No, he was asking me if I like kids because he had kids. So he had basically told me, yeah, I got like 3 kids or whatever. Not 1, not 2, but 3. He had 3 kids, girl. He had 2 little boys and a little girl. Precious little jewels of children or whatever. But they're not precious to me. They're precious to you. Those are your blessings. These are not my blessings. Can we not involve your blessings with my blessings? My blessings is for me. Your blessings is for you. Okay, bitch? I don't want your blessings, sis. I don't need your blessings. I have my own blessings in line. I couldn't really do anything about it because it was like, okay, I'm already here. He seemed cool. At this point at our talking stages, I didn't know that he had a girlfriend and stuff like that, like from that story time. But our conversation about his kids, he really loved his kid. He took care of his kid. He didn't have primary custody of his kids, but he took care of his kids. He seen his kids like every other weekend or some shit like that. I'm not sure. And of course, the weekend we had decided to chill was a weekend. He was gonna see his kids. So it was the next time I had came to his place or whatever. I came a little earlier in the day and stuff like that. I come to his place and his kids are there. So I didn't have a problem with him having kids because I honestly had seen this. I think I said this in a previous story time about him too. I had seen him as just a homie. I didn't see him as somebody I'm starting my life with and things like that. He was a homie that I was fucking, like point blank period. He just so happened to have kids. Like he was really, really cool. He was like one of the most down to earth people, even though he had a whole ass girlfriend. But he was real cool besides that. Like he was a whole hoe in these streets, but he was cool. You know what I'm like? He was cool. So I was like, okay. I guess I gotta meet the kids and stuff. Bitch, I'm meeting the kids the second time. The second I get to his place one particular day, like the next time I had went to go visit him, and I went to see his kids basically. When I got there, his kids were there. They playing with the little toy cars. I thought that this motherfucker was collecting. They playing with toy cars. They having a good time running around in circles like little badass motherfuckers that they were. And when I had sat on the couch, they came and they sat on the couch near me. So I'm sitting on the couch, I'm posted up or whatever, I'm watching TV. I'm like, yeah, like, you know, being real fake with the kids, real fake, real. I was a fraudulent hoe with these kids, okay? Because I was smiling, but inside I was like, Kenneth, what the fuck is you doing with your life right now? What is you doing with your life? So I'm sitting with the kids or whatever, you know, Kenny love the kids, Kenny love the kids. One of them slip and call me mama. Bitch, wait! Are you kidding me? Mother? I am nobody's mother, darling, okay? I mean, it's some of the girls in the world that may call me their mother, you know, they mother flawless, mother Ken, all of that. But bitch, I'm mother doll, like, I don't know, but I am not. Mama! Slipped up and called me mama. Confused me for a whole bitch in these streets. Girl, I was kind of shook. My face was very much so done like it was today. Bitch, I even had on lashes when I met his kids. His kids was calling me mama. One of his little boys had slipped up and was like, mama, bitch, he said, mama, I looked to the left. Bitch, I looked over to the left. Okay, we're gonna play that. He came, he got his child. He was like, no, 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 son, no, son, no, son. And they had a little conversation. His son was a cute 7-year-old child or something like that. I'm really not sure. Like, it was honestly just a very interesting situation. Like, it was an interesting situation. And then shortly after that, a few weeks later, I had found out that he had a girlfriend and we just didn't talk at all. But that was my encounter with him and his kids or whatever. He had kids and I was gonna play stepmama apparently. Confused me for a whole bitch. Yes, his child did. You know, children, you know, the children of the world, the kids always confuse me for a woman. When I go to my niece's school to go pick her up from school and things, they be like, is that your auntie and stuff like that? Like, even the kids inspire Auntie Ken, the segment here on my channel where I give y'all advice. I need to record an Auntie Ken really soon. Like, kids, they just don't be knowing no better. And I don't even think it's that they be knowing any better. The fact that I didn't get the question from his kids, are you a boy or are you a girl? That really made me happy though. No, it didn't make me happy because they just assumed that I was a whole woman. They did. They assumed I was, yeah, it was, whatever. I was just honestly confused with life. So yeah, you guys, that was a story about the time I was a whole stepmother / stepfather. You see with this story, that wasn't an actual story. It was just pieces I had to put together. But it was still a story because I sat down and I told y'all about the meeting with his kids or whatever. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this particular story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. Thumbs this video up for story times being back. I know you guys miss me telling different stories and stuff like that. Khadiva Balenciaga's wig arrived in the mail. Okay, so Khadiva is back. Khadiva is about to be back on her channel. I'll link her channel down below for you to subscribe, and it should have popped up by now somewhere. Make sure you go subscribe to Khadiva because I won't be telling too many raunchy stories on my channel. I have a lot of raunchier stories that will be on her channel. If you missed one of, what story time was it? I slept with a homeless man or something like that. Whatever I typed, he pulled my wig off. Girl, make sure you go watch that story time because that was a key. That was a whole key in these motherfucking streets. I'll list that down below too, or it'll pop up. Whatever. Y'all got a whole bunch of clicking to do. I love you guys. I will see all of yous in the next video. Comment down below and tell me what type of video are you most excited to see. As always, flip your hair. Even if you do not have any hair, be sure to flip your hair. If you do not feel like you are that bitch, I'm here to tell you that you are that bitch. We are those bitches. We are those girls. Even if you do feel like you are that bitch, keep being that bitch. Love you guys. See you in the next video. And as always, stay flawless.